Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Power Query video series. This is video number 22. In this video, we are going to understand how do we perform advanced filtering in Power Query. Without much ado, let's get into the video. Let's start exploring these options. All right, so now we are in blank Excel. Let's go ahead and connect to the data source, which is also in Excel through the Power Query. So I'm going to go to the data tab and I'm going to click on get data. I'm going to go to launch Power Query editor, and that's going to launch the Power Query editor. In the Power Query editor, we go to the home tab and move towards the new source option. We're going to click the drop down. We're going to go to the option file. We're going to pick up Excel workbook. Right, once we pick up Excel workbook, the file we're going to connect is this one, test one. We're going to select that and we're going to say import. And we are going to get the navigator dialog box, which is going to ask you from which sheet you want to take the data, from sheet 1. And we're going to click OK. And this is a data where we do not have to perform any kind of transformation, meaning we are not going to do any kind of a cleanup work here. The objective here is to understand the advanced filter operation. How do we achieve that in Power Query? So the first step, we're going to rename this data source which we have pulled up. So I'm going to say advanced filter report. And I come to the right side to check out the steps under the applied steps. It seems to be perfectly fine for me. So now let's talk about advanced filter in Power Query. If you're completely new to the concept advanced filter, I would request you to check in the description. I will give you the link for the video. What is advanced filter and how do you do that in Excel? To give you a short snap of what is advanced filter, suppose if you have to filter based on multiple column, not following AND logic, and if you need OR logic between those columns while you're filtering, then that is the moment you need to look for advanced filter. In Excel, the best part, you have a separate tool to handle these kind of requirements, which is advanced filter. But in Power Query, if you have such a requirement, you do not have such a tool. The only resource which can help, or the transformation tool which is going to help you here, is your custom column, where definitely we need to write a small M function or M formula to make this to work. If you already have an experience of writing if formulas in Excel, and if you have the basic understanding of the AND logics or OR logics in Excel formulas, then this is going to be really easy for you to get it. If not, you might have to watch this video twice or thrice to get hold to the way we are solving this requirement. So let me give you the context here. So if you look at the data what we have in front of us, I do have a column called salesperson and I do have a column called sales territory. Let's say I want to see the entire data for the salesperson 1 and the entire data of sales territory 4. Let me tell you what I'm expecting again. I want to see entire transaction, all the transactions pertaining to salesperson 1 and all the transactions of the sales territory 4. When I say all the transactions of salesperson 1, he would have done sales in all the territories. I want to see all of them. But when I say sales territory 4, all the data, in sales territory 4, other salesperson would have also done the sales including salesperson 1. So I want to see that data as well in single report. Ideally, if you have to do in a general filtering logic, if you go and pick up this drop down and choose salesperson 1, the rest of the columns is going to show you the data pertaining to the salesperson 1. That means you are going to lose the other salesperson data when you want for the sales territory 4. So how do we get through that? So here, ideally, if you see, I have to filter based on two columns, which is salesperson and sales territory, but not AND logic. So I have to tell the Power Query, hey, retain the transaction when it is either salesperson 1 here or sales territory 4 here, because I want to see all the data pertaining to these two criterias. The logic here is or, not and. If it is and logic, a simple filtering will get the job done. So how are we going to do it? As usual, like in Excel, I always advise you that when you're going for advanced filter, there are a few things you have to take care. The one important thing is whichever column is involved in the condition, sort your data based on that column so that the end user will understand the report pretty easily. So because the salesperson and the sales territory both are involved in the condition, we're going to sort this data based on these two columns. So let's go ahead and click the drop down. I'm going to say sort ascending. So I get all the data of salesperson. I get all the data of salesperson 1. Let's go to sales territory right now. Here also I want to sort it. I want to say sort ascending here. So right now you can see we have sorted based on two columns. So you can see here salesperson 1. If I scroll down, we see sales territory 1. And once sales territory 1 data is completed for the salesperson 1, we start to see sales territory 2. So now the data is sorted by salesperson and the sales territory. Perfect. Column which are involved in the condition. So let's go ahead and see how do we get this requirement met. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and insert a column where I'm going to write the formula to get this done. So literally I'm going to write the formula using the if function to check, hey, whether the salesperson is salesperson 1 or the territory is territory 1, then retain the transaction. Yeah. So look at the way I'm going to do it. So because we're going to add an extra column, we're going to go to the option add column. And it's not conditional column, because conditional column is something which you can think about if you have an AND logic or continuous checking logic. Here it is OR logic, because in conditional column I do not have a choice of changing the AND or OR logics in my criteria part. So that is something is going to stop me in getting it done. So let's go ahead and click on custom column. So we're going to click that, and that's going to bring up the custom column, and this I'm going to call it as helper column, because this is the one which is going to help us to achieve what we are looking for. So here I'm going to write my if formula, if space, which column? Salesperson 1. So I'm going to double click on this particular column here, equal to salesperson 1, or what's the next one? Sales territory is equal to sales territory 4. Then I want the answer as true, else false. Be careful when you type true and false, they are case sensitive, so don't type them in proper cases, type them completely in lower cases. So ideally, if you look at the expression what you wrote right now, is we are checking whether the salesperson is equal to salesperson 1 or sales territory is equal to sales territory 4. Then we are saying it's true, else we are saying it's false. But look at this at the end, it says we are missing something. Okay, then is expected. So I got it to the next line, so maybe that is the problem. So let me bring it to the same line here, and then let's click. See, a couple of things we have changed here. So the word or, the operator or, I typed the letter O in caps, so it did not accept that. Once I corrected it, it started to accept it. It's very important when you type custom formulas using the M language. Please make sure you check this at the bottom left corner. It should tell you no syntax errors have been detected. So now it is ready. So let's click OK. We're going to get a new column with the name helper column, which is going to check this logic and going to give us true or false when the condition is met. Yeah. So let's click OK. Okay, we got the column created with the true and false. So we should have both. Let's check it out by clicking the drop down. Absolutely, yes, the helper column has true as well as the false. Let's quickly check out whether we have the false for the right ones. So when I pick up the false, watch it. Let's go to the territory column. Remember, we should not have territory 4 because it was one of the requirement for us. So if it's territory 4, it should have been chosen in the true, correct? Likewise, in the salesperson, whom we should not be seeing is salesperson 1, because salesperson 1, we need the entire data. So if you watch here, we do not see the salesperson 1. Now, we could see all the other salesperson, but salesperson 1 is not the part of the data when I pick up the false logic in my helper column. But when I choose the true logic, then ideally I should see all the salesperson for territory 4. Okay, so I picked up territory 4. I'm checking on the salesperson column right now. So let's quickly check on the salesperson side. We do have everybody because we need to get all the data pertaining to territory 4. So there are other salesperson who have done the job in territory 4. So we got that perfect. So let's clear this filter. And let's put the filter in the salesperson side. When I pick up salesperson 1, I should see all the territory because I want all the territories of salesperson 1. So if you click here, I could see all. So that means our condition checking is working perfectly fine. So all we got to do right now is just load this data to the Excel to give it to the end user. So I'm going to go and make sure that the filtering is not done on this column. We need to do the filtering in which column? The helper column. So I'm going to go to that helper column, and I've already removed the filtering which we did manually for cross-checking. So now after the helper column is created, we need to put the filter on the helper column, and that filtering should be true because that's what we need. And after that, I'm going to delete the helper column because I don't want to give a clue how I arrived to that particular solution. And rest is all perfectly fine for me. I'm going to close and load this data into Excel. So home tab, close and load to. Hey, why don't you put this as a table in the existing sheet from A1 onwards? That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to click OK. There we go. So we got the data. We got the entire data for salesperson 1. Yeah. So I'm just putting a filter and cross-checking it. At the same time, we got the entire data for sales territory 4, which was the requirement. So remember, when you have OR logics on your filtering criterias, which you want to get it done in Power Query, the way to achieve that is create a helper column, write the M function, which is if function with the OR logic. Okay, while you write, take care where the word then is written, the word or is written, the word true and false is written. These are all case sensitive. Make sure you type them in lower cases when you build custom columns using conditional logic to meet advanced filter requirements in Power Query. So we have come to the end of this video. In the next video, we will see another interesting input in the field of Power Query. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.